I'm in the kitchen this afternoon. I'm going to make a few things because we're going to have a meal at church tonight. It's raining outside, so it's kind of a cozy time to be in the kitchen. I'm so thankful for the rain. We've been really dry, and now we've had rain. It started raining during the night. It rained all night. It's rained all day today, and I think it's supposed to continue to rain. I'm so sorry for the people that are suffering the terrible storms. We've not had any storms. Had a little bit of thunder, but no wind or anything like that. So I'm really thankful for the rain outside. I know it's going to do all the seeds that I've planted and the potatoes Matt and I planted. It's going to do them all so much good. So I was trying to think of what I was going to take tonight. So I'm going to make some deviled eggs. I've got my eggs boiled. I just need to devil them. I'm going to make some slaw, which will be really easy. And then I wanted to make a dessert. And I was trying to think of something that would be easy to take as far as leaving it in the pan. I like to take chess cake is one I often take. There's a fruit cocktail cake that's real easy, that's easy to make and easy to take, both of those. But I was thinking about something different, and I was flipping through my cookbook and I've seen a recipe that I've not made in ages. I mean, it's been years. I used to make it a lot, and it is the Texas sheet cake. I'm sure you've heard of it. People call it by different names, but that's one common name. I always called it Miss Cindy's sheet cake because she's the one that taught me to make it. So I thought, I've not made Miss Cindy's sheet cake in a long time, and it'll be easy to whip up. I don't even have to get the mixer out, and tasty and good to take with me and easy to transport too. So I need 2 cups of plain flour, and I will link to this. I've shared this ages ago on the Blind Pig and the Acorn, so the recipe's all typed out. I will share that link in the description below. But 2 cups of plain flour, 2 cups of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 sticks of butter, 6 tablespoons of cocoa, 1 cup of boiling water. And that reminds me, I didn't turn on my eye to boil my water. Let me go do that. I had the water in the pan, I just hadn't turned it on. 1/2 cup buttermilk, that was after the water, 2 eggs beaten, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, or sody as Granny and Pap would say, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And that's for the cake part. And then the icing, frosting, whatever you want to call it, will be something different. So the sheet pan, this is like a sheet pan, and about 18 by 13. Sometimes it's hard to find an exact pan that fits it. If you're like me, you don't want to go out and buy one. So I say, or thereabouts, is what you need, and you need to grease it. So I've not made it in so long. It'll be like we're making it together almost for the first time. So let me get myself situated. I need to get a big bowl to put it all in. Actually, I need more than 1 bowl, and I think I'm going to need a sauce pot too. This, okay, and something to mix with. Okay, now let's see how we do it. See what we need. So first, I'm going to sift or stir. I'm just going to stir it together. I'm going to need another bowl. I'm running out of room already, aren't I? Let's see. We're going to stir together the sugar, the flour, and the salt, which is easy. And my salt's already stuck to the bottom of the bowl. I guess because of the moisture in the air, maybe. And I'm going to use my little whisk to just stir it up good. Probably should have done this in that big bowl because that's where I'm going to need it. Oh well. Okay, now we're going to set that aside. And then in a saucepan, we're going to mix I've got the butter out here. We're going to mix melt 2 sticks of butter, 6 tablespoons of the cocoa. I've got that. Get that all out. And the boiling water. So I've got it. So we'll go over there and do this part. Okay, there goes my stove to heat, to temperature, and there's my boiling water. And then we're going to bring this to a boil. I guess the boiling water just helps get it there. I don't know. This is such a common recipe, you'll have to tell me how yours varies from it. Looks like you could have just put the water in here and then boiled it, but maybe it hurries it up. I don't know. I'm just following the directions, right? So we'll let that come to a boil. Okay, we've come to a boil, so we're going to turn it off, and then we're going to pour that mixture over our dry ingredients and just leave it sitting there while we go back and do one more step. Oh, it smells so good. Don't chocolate. Chocolate just smells so good when it's hot like that. Make sure I get it all out. Okay, and we'll just leave that sitting there. Okay, now I did put the dry ingredients. You probably noticed that in the bigger bowl. So we'll use this bowl that we had it in for the next, which is we're going to mix our buttermilk here. Make sure I get all of it out. In the past, a long time ago when I made this, if I didn't have buttermilk, I used the trick of using lemon juice and milk and letting it sit for about 5 minutes, then using that. And then we've got the buttermilk. We're going to put our 2 beaten eggs. I'd already beat those. Let me see if I can make sure to get all of them though. Spatulas are so good to get the last little bit. It's funny, one time I was doing a video with Granny, and I can't remember exactly what we were making, maybe the Holy Smoke cake, and she doesn't want a spatula, but I thought it would have helped, so I said she needed one. She said, no, I don't want one. And she says that in the video, no, I don't. I said, would you want me to buy you one? She said, no, I don't want one. I don't want it. This is how I do it, and this is how I want to do it. But so many people commented, like, you need to buy your granny a spatula. I'm like, did you hear? I asked her, and she said, no, I don't want one. So, but I love them, and I think they work really well. It's all, though, personal preference, what you want and how it works for you. Okay, now we're going to put in our soda, which I did not get out, so let me go get that. Didn't get it out. And that was, I think, a teaspoon. Yeah, a teaspoon of soda. That's going to react with the buttermilk nicely. I'll put that. And then the vanilla, a teaspoon of vanilla. Save that because I'm going to need it for the frosting. So mix 1/2 cup buttermilk, 2 beaten eggs, 1 teaspoon soda, 1 teaspoon vanilla in a small bowl, and then we're going to add this to our other mixture. So let me go get it. And we're going to stir it all together. And we're about through with this part. I like that other spatula better. That's why I was being indecisive, but I'll use this one. I like that little one, just fits my hand better somehow. So now we're going to combine both mixtures or stir them until they're combined good. Oh, it smells so good. So good. And then we're going to pour it in that pan. Let me bring it over here. You need to grease it with whatever you like to use. I just used some avocado oil, but you could use whatever. I'm going to pour it on there. I gotta save me some to lick the bowl though, right? Okay. Then we're going to put that in the 375. I don't remember if I ever said that, but it's 375 degrees for 20 minutes or till done. Your oven may be slightly different. And this oven is not that new, but it is new to this recipe. I've not made it in so many years, so I'll have to keep a close eye on it. While the cake is cooking, we'll do the frosting. It's another reason this cake is a really nice one to quickly make. You don't have to wait for the cake to cool. You just put the frosting on it when it's still hot. So we're going to need 1 stick of butter, 6 tablespoons of cocoa, another 6 besides that other. So it's got a lot of cocoa in it. It's very chocolatey. 3/4 cup or 3/4 box of powdered sugar. Now I did a little quick search online and found out that's 12 ounces. So I measured mine by weighing it. But it said that if you didn't weigh, if you didn't have a scale, it was about 2 7/8 cup of powdered sugar. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 6 tablespoons of milk, and then 1/2 cup chopped finely, whatever nut that you like. We've never added the nuts. Miss Cindy didn't, and I don't either. But you could certainly do that if you wanted to. So to make it, what we do, and go back to my other since it's been so long, we're going to do our one butter in our saucepan, just the saucepan we used before. So no need to worry about washing it, although I did put water in mine. I just poured it out. And then we're going to just melt it over low heat, and we're going to add our 6 tablespoons of cocoa, mix well, remove from the heat, and then we're going to add the milk, and then 1 teaspoon vanilla, nuts if you wanted to, but I'm not going to use those, and then gradually add that powdered sugar. To do that, I would remove it from this saucepan because I'm using such a little one, and put it in a bowl just so that it's easier to mix. So let's go back over the stove and we'll do that. We've got about 8 more minutes on our cake. Okay, it said melted over low heat. You can see that I'm definitely not doing that. I put it on high. I'll let it melt and then we'll add our cocoa. Okay, we've got it melted, and it says to add the cocoa gradually, but I'm just going to add it all. Now I'm going to add the powdered sugar and the milk. I meant to say, sorry, I'm going to add the milk and the vanilla. That's what I meant to say. This is not exactly how it said to do it, but this is just what we're going to do. And then we're just going to add this to our powdered sugar. We've got about 3 more minutes on the cake. I need to check it though and make sure that this oven doesn't cook faster than my other one that I used to have. Okay, I've got the powdered sugar in my bowl here, and we'll just mix this in with it. It's been so long since I made it, it's almost like I'm just making it for the very first time. And as I've been making it, I'm thinking, well, some of this seems like it could be said simpler or done easier. Like the 6 tablespoons of milk, that ended up being about a half a cup. So I'm like, you could just say, just pour it in a half a cup, would be easier. Okay, I have to, that was the timer for the cake, so I'll have to get it out now. So you can see that's the texture. It's pretty runny. I was looking at my cake and it really rose up higher than I thought it, or that I remember. But see, I probably used a different pan. Who knows what I used back then. So kind of too late to back out of that now though, isn't it? Okay, let me get the cake out and we'll see if this is gonna go on top of it. I did there's one little boo-boo right there, and I did it when I was checking it a few minutes ago to see if it was done yet. I stuck my glove into the cake, but maybe the frosting will cover it. Oh yeah, I think it's going to be okay. Putting it on here hot like this, if you've had one of these, you know what this does. It makes this nice little crunch on the top of the frosting, which is just so great. This and a glass of milk. I should have sifted my powdered sugar, because I see I've got some little places, but I think it'll be okay. We're keeping Woodrow, and that's him. He's fighting sleep. That's him crying. And it's just unusual for him to cry instead of Ira. It's funny when you're babies and you don't want to, you want to fight sleep, or if you're a toddler, you don't want to take your nap. And then when you get to be a grown-up, I'm like, I just wish somebody'd make me take a nap sometimes, you know. Like, I just wish somebody'd put me to bed. So other than meaning that I should have, there's a tip for you. You should definitely like sift your powdered sugar to make sure all the lumps get out of it. Other than that, this is going to be really good. And of course that won't affect the taste. It just, you can just see some bumps here and there. Okay, it's already getting that little crust, and I'm messing with it and messing it up. Little hard pieces of powdered sugar. In fact, if you'd put nuts on it, nobody wouldn't notice, right? But I'm not going to put any nuts. If there's any left over, I want Austin to be able to eat it. Okay, got that part done. That was the thing I was worried about since I hadn't made it in so long. Now I just need to do my deviled eggs and my slaw. But first I'm going to clean up just a little bit. So I cleaned up and then I made another big mess. Isn't that how it goes when you're cooking? I went ahead and chopped up my cabbage for my slaw. I've made slaw lots of different ways over the years. Most often I make it just like Granny and Pap did, very simply with just mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. Pap put the tiniest amount of milk in his, and that's just what I do. I do like it other ways. I like a recipe I have in mine and Jim Cassidy's cookbook, Celebrating Southern Appalachian Food, has sour cream in it. I like that one a lot too. But I've recently been making a different one, sort of very similar to Granny and Pap's, but just slightly different. And you may have heard me talk about this cookbook I found, Shuck Beans, Stack Cakes, and Honest Fried Chicken. I say I found it, I had it. I've had it for years, but then I refound it in all of my cleaning out that I've been doing, actually last November. And as I was flipping through it, I saw, it's by Ronnie Lundy, very dear lady, I've met her before. And I seen the recipe for fried chicken, and she made it so simple that I thought I can do that, and I did, and it was delicious. I've not made it but one time, so I don't feel comfortable doing a video, but as I continue to make it, maybe I'll get to where I'll share it in a video. I did share, though, her recipe on the Blind Pig and the Acorn, so you can go there and see how to do it. Very simple, too, very simple. But when I was looking, and I did that last November and just recently made I found it last November and just recently made the fried chicken. It's so good though, I can't wait to make it again. But when I was flipping through, I saw this very simple recipe, her mother's recipe for slaw. And I thought, well, that's very similar to Pap and Granny's, only slightly different, so I'm going to try it. And I did, and I really liked it. So that's what I'm doing today again. So it's Ronnie Lundy, Shuck Beans, Stack Cakes, and Honest Fried Chicken. She's got lots of cookbooks, so that recipe may or may not be in another one. But so you need 6 cups of cabbage, 2/3 cup mayonnaise, 2 teaspoons half and half, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon sugar, a few grinds of black pepper, and it says green pepper optional and arguable, she says, optional and arguable. I don't add green pepper, but you could certainly. So, and slaw is one of those recipes that everybody has their own version, and I think they're all good. I love at a potluck, kind of like what we're having tonight, if I see slaw that looks different, sometimes it has tomatoes in it, that's good, but I don't ever do it. I don't know why. Anyway, so everybody has their own way of doing it. But so I'm gonna do Ronnie's mother's recipe again for tonight. So I've already measured out my mayonnaise. I'm gonna put it in. And let's see, we'll do the 2 teaspoons of half and half, I guess. A 1/4 teaspoon of the salt. A 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. And a few grinds of black pepper, but I'm just going to put just a little black pepper. Should will be good. And then stir it all together. This rain, another thing would be really good for is our cabbages, and we're supposed to cool off a little bit again. That will be good for them too, that's growing. So another reason to be excited about the rain. I know it'll be good for the cabbage, and that cooler weather will be too. We had 2 days last week that was just so hot. It was like, I told the girls, I said, this is like August. This is like July and August weather. I can't hardly take it. Not yet, anyway. Okay, I think that's stirred up again. This bowl's a little bit big for it, but I'm going to leave it in the bowl because I've got a good lid that fits it, and this will be ready to go. I'm slinging slaw. And since I'm using the little 4th teaspoon, let me taste of it and see what I think. Very simple, but so good, so good. Now I've got to find out where my lid that goes with it is. I knew it was under here, I just can't, it's under something else. So now I'll put this in the fridge, and then I just need to do my eggs, and I'll have everything completed. I got my deviled eggs done. I do my deviled eggs very, very simply. I've always done them simply, but as I've got older, I do them even more simple. So I used to put some pickle juice and maybe some different seasonings in them, but today all I do is I use mayonnaise, and I use mustard, and I use some apple cider vinegar and salt and pepper, and that's all I do. There's like a website, I can't remember the name of it, but dedicated to all the different deviled egg recipes, and there's, I mean, the sky's the limit really when you think about all the different things you could put on them. And then I sprinkle paprika on the top just to, I guess it gives it a little taste, but just to make it pretty. So mine's very, very simple. Deviled eggs is kind of like slaw. Everybody has their own way. So why don't you, I'd love to hear yours in the comments if you'd share that with us. A lot of people put little like relish or something in them or on them, like as a, like I'm using the paprika, they might put a little bit of relish. Those are all good. I just do it very simply. I always did, but even as I've got older, even more simpler. Now, I love this thing. This was Granny. She gave it to me. It's what she always used when I was young. It's like a Tupperware deviled egg holder, so the lid goes on it, and it's so nice. And you can sit these little things out on the table if you want to, or you can leave them in that. I'll probably leave them in that tonight. But it just makes it so handy to take. And Granny gave it to me ages ago now. She said, you're going to make deviled eggs more than I am, so why don't you take that home with you. So I did. You remember Tupperware parties? I remember when that was all the rage, and Granny had some parties herself at her house, but I like to get to go to other people's houses when they were having Tupperware parties, see all the neat things that we didn't have, and of course there was always some kind of refreshment and lots of talking and laughing and listening to the women tell stories. It was always fun. There was usually some kind of game too. The Tupperware host would play some kind of game, and that was fun. Usually some of my friends might be there, especially thinking about church friends. So now got these all made nice there, and I'm gonna clean up my mess from the last time today. I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator first though, and then clean up my mess from the last time today. And even though I'm taking the cake somewhere, I'm going to get Matt to come taste just a little bit. Nobody will care. Ain't that wonderful when you go to a potluck or something like that, and all the people, they don't mind. They don't mind that you took a bite out of it. So I'm going to get Matt to taste the cake with me. Got you a real treat.
Looks like it.
You've not had, well, I'm taking this to church, but you've not had this in a long time. See if you remember it. It's been forever since I made one. Now you might have had somewhere else. Somebody else might have made one, but
yeah, that's good.
Remember your mama used to make it.
Did she?
I like how the frosting gets a little crunch on it.
Yeah, that's good. Why ain't you been making it?
I don't know. I just quit off making it. Somewhere along the way.
You need to reverse that. That's good.
You need milk with it. So many things like that you think about that you used to, or for me anyway, maybe it's that you just make it till you get foundered on it, but I don't think I'd ever get foundered on this.
No.
But there's other things like that that I used to make that I just don't make no more.
That's extra good.
Definitely for chocolate lovers.
I could see me eating that about 3 times a week.
I don't know. You might actually get foundered if you did that.
No. Very good.
Well, thank you. Before the rain started, Matt did get to go turkey hunting, but he didn't have no luck.
Nope. No look at all.
So maybe next time.
Yeah. Maybe next weekend. Maybe here.
Yeah, you had a good time though.
Yeah.
He went to Georgia, went down in Georgia, deer hunting, turkey hunting, not deer hunting, turkey hunting.
It was literally 90 degrees yesterday, which is really weird
It
for
is.
this time of year. I mean, it was really hot.
That's what I said. It was like, told to the girls, I said, this is like August or July weather.
It's crazy.
It was just like oppressive, like.
Yeah.
And I said, my prediction is we're going to have really bad storms like everybody else is having, because I knew it was supposed to get colder, but somehow it didn't happen here. It has got cooler, but
Yeah, it's
I was wrong on that.
in the 60s here, and then it's supposed to be cooler all week.
I think it down in the 30s even some mornings, yeah. But this rain has been wonderful on our potatoes
Oh
and
well.
all the other things we have coming up, all the seeds. Be really great. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed spending time with me today in the kitchen doing my slaw and my deviled eggs and my cake for tonight. I know they will be appreciated by those people, and always thinking if they're not, I'll bring them home and we'll eat them. That's the way I always look at it.
Right.
If it don't get eat up, that's all the better for me. Usually at the end of the night, anything that is left, we like somebody says, hey, can I have some of that? Can I have some of that? Or somebody makes a plate or whatever. But yeah, that's how I look at it. Like, well, I like my own cooking, so if it don't get eat up, it'll get eat up this week here, won't
yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. We're always glad when you stop by to help us celebrate Appalachia.